Hey everyone, it's Ellen, the Family History Hound, and we are just over a month away from the RootsTech event, which is being held in Salt Lake City. And I thought I would share with you my DNA survival guide for RootsTech. So let's get started. If you don't know what RootsTech is, it's the largest genealogy conference in the world, and it's held every year in Salt Lake City. I've been going since the very beginning, which was in 2011, and this year it's going to be held on March 5th through 7th. RootsTech is exciting, but it can be overwhelming, and that's why you have to have a plan, and I'm hoping this presentation helps you create that plan. There are literally hundreds of sessions on genealogy, DNA, and telling your story, and so much more. There are 34 DNA presentations alone, and at the end of RootsTech, I'm sure you're going to be inspired. So what can you expect when you're dealing with DNA at RootsTech? Well, you don't need to attend every presentation, you just need to attend the right ones. So there will be various levels of DNA education. There'll be case studies and success stories. There'll be tool demonstrations. There'll be sessions on methodology and strategy, as well as ethics and how to deal with surprises. So when you go to the RootsTech website, you will create an account if you don't already have a Family Search account. Then you choose whether you're going to the online event, which is free. And you can see here that there's over 200 online sessions. Or if you're going to be attending Salt Lake City, you can then choose between a 3-day pass or a 1-day pass. Just to let you know, last year, over 15,000 people attended RootsTech in person. So this is where RootsTech is held. It's at the Salt Palace. It is in the heart of Salt Lake City, just down the street from the Salt Lake City Family History Library. The Salt Palace is just under 1 million square feet. It covers 2 square blocks, and they take up the entire facility. So it's a huge event. So here's what the Salt Palace looks like from the inside. So as you can see, it's a pretty large place. And so it's important when you're choosing your schedule, if you're going to be there live, that you plan where you're going to attend your classes, because you don't want to be going from one direction to another direction, back over here, and then back over to there, and then down to there. I mean, you'll add a lot of steps to your day, but by the end of the weekend, you'll be pretty tired. So whether you're attending virtually or in person, you need to know your DNA goals. So are you brand new to DNA? Are you stuck on a specific ancestor? Do you have an unknown parentage question? Are you just overwhelmed with matches? Or are you there just to learn some tools and processes? So once you've created your account, then you want to create your schedule for the event. So you can discover by topics. So you can see there's a wide range of topics. I've chosen the ones that I think are applicable to DNA. So they're not only just DNA, but also adoption and breaking through brick walls. As I mentioned before, there are 34 presentations on DNA. Next, you can choose whether you're going to be online or in person, or whether you want to look at both. And then it will show you the number of sessions on each of the days. So go through each day and choose the ones that are applicable, that you think sound interesting to you. You can then filter by your skill level. So if you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, or whether you just want to look at all the levels of that subject. Here's 3 sessions that I would suggest if you're a beginner and new to DNA. Diane Southard is an expert in genetic genealogy, and she's offering the DNA swim school over 3-day sessions. So part 1, floating with 1 DNA match. Part 2 on the Friday is treading water with your matches. And then on Saturday, she has the 3rd part, which is swimming towards your ancestors. Now this is classified as a beginner session, but You may want to check it out because I find that no matter what, you usually learn something you didn't know. Here are two more classes that I've put on my own schedule. On Thursday, Paula Williams has DNA Fan Club using shared matches to solve genealogical mysteries. And then Paula also has The More the Merrier, collaborating with your DNA cousins. On Saturday, I have entered this one in my schedule. It's called DNA Analysis Methodology, Defeating the Genealogy Gremlins. And it says that participants should have an understanding of autosomal DNA before participating in this session. And it's an in-person and online class, so you might want to check that one out. If you search under adoption, you'll find this presentation by Nick Barrett. Uh, and it's available both online and in person, and it's about his grandmother's story. She was not adopted because it was prior to adoption. It was more of a fostering situation, and it's a case study about how he figured out who his grandmother's parents were. For those of you that will be present, there are 4 other presentations that deal with adoption. One given by Kate Penny Howard on using DNA for orphan train origins, and then another by Christy L. Sexton on navigating unexpected family lines. Dr. Penny Walters is doing a presentation on adoption and DNA and searching for identity, and Kara Rubenstein Deverin on foundlings and brick walls and breakthroughs. So here's some things to keep in mind. If you're attending in person, you may want to choose more than one class in a time slot. That's just in case the room is full. Sometimes when you attend live, you might arrive at a location, and when they were creating the schedule, they put the presentation in a room that was smaller than the anticipated attendees. So it's always a good idea to have a backup plan. Also, for online, you may want to choose more than one class in a time slot, just in case you start attending the class and then you realize, well, this isn't exactly for me. It might not be, it might be beyond where you are in your DNA path. And so you want to maybe go and look at something else. For in-person, there are exclusive in-person classes that you would want to attend for sure, because those ones are not recorded. And then if you have where you have multiple classes, make sure that you pick the ones that are in person over the ones that are available online, because then you can watch those at a later date, maybe at home. Note that the app, and we'll talk about the app in a moment, it doesn't sync with the online schedule. So that goes for the online or in-person schedule. The app that you create or the app that you can have on your phone does not sync with the schedule that you create on your computer. And take note of, if you are attending in person, take note of the distance from one class to another. You don't want to be putting on thousands and thousands of steps because you'll tire yourself out. The Expo Hall is one of my favorite places to spend time when I'm at RootsTech. Over the 3-day period, I probably spend at least a day roaming through all the various booths. So you have Family Search, you have Ancestry, My Heritage, Find My Past, and then there's all sorts of programs and products that are to do with genealogy. You'll also see various vendors having presentations, so you can learn a lot just by staying in the expo hall. They have usually various groups from around the globe doing presentations on dance or language. I've seen classes on crocheting. So be sure to, if you do go in person, be sure to explore the expo hall and leave yourself time for that. If you're online, then go through the app on your phone and you can ask questions to the vendors directly. Whether you're attending virtually or in person, you want to download the app to your phone. And that's because you can see syllabus material and you can download that material, you can write notes, and you can offer feedback. It's a great place to keep track of your schedule, but remember that whatever you create on your computer is not syncing to your phone, so you'll have to re-enter it to your phone through the app. Another app that you might want on your phone is the Family Search app. And during RootsTech, they have a thing called Relatives at RootsTech. And this is kind of a fun thing to do, especially if you're attending live, because when you turn this on, if you have a tree at Family Search, then you can see if you have any cousins that are attending at RootsTech. And it works for people that are online as well. So you might be able to meet up with a fifth cousin and learn more about the ancestor that you share. Each day at 11 Utah time, there is the keynote addresses. Here's a graphic that shows the keynote speakers that will be a part of RootsTech 2026. I will put a link in the show notes so that you can learn more about each of these presenters. DNA and trees work hand in hand. Whether you're working with your DNA matches to discover your unknown parents or ancestors, or you're using DNA to confirm your tree, tree building is important. So be sure to check out the other classes that can help you build and grow a better tree. Whether you're attending live or virtually, you want to stay hydrated. You also want to be sure that you wear comfy clothes, and if you're boots on the ground at RootsTech, then you want to be wearing some comfy shoes because you're going to put on a lot of steps. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you'll join me at RootsTech, whether you attend virtually or I see you in person. Then be sure to stop by the media booth in the expo hall because I am an ambassador for RootsTech and I will be in the media hall. Thanks and have a great day.